Korosh, last night I was playing a video game with a couple friends in the US. Okay. And I started calling them your name by accident. I'm like, Korosh, come. And he's like, who the fuck's Korosh? And I'm like, oh, it's my friend's here. And they're like, my name's Aiden. My name's Aiden. Wow. How'd you get Aiden and Korosh together? And I'm like, Baba, you America, the Iran. But what the fuck is that's bullet sounds, bro? It's accurate bullet sounds.
What army? What the fuck? Like 2 cockroaches fucking.
I wouldn't be surprised if you researched that stuff, Sam Friedman sitting there. Have you ever
cockroaches fucking?
Yeah.
Do they even fuck? How does it work? I
think they just like say, I think it's your time to have the babies, and they just
eggs now.
Yeah, man, I think so. It's
I
fucked up.
don't think okay.
But yeah, ever since we did the podcast and we talked about how certain couple of us have, like, let's say rhythms or certain things they do, has it actually put a toll on your friendship with the people?
What do you mean rhythm?
Like with me, I know that my breathing is heavy, but it's because I'm like overweight, like I'm struggling.
Yeah.
And you can hear it on the mic.
Yeah.
So is it something that like you listen to and you just get fed up of? Because they do say that, if you have really close friends, it's good not to work with them because you can develop like negative feelings for the person.
It's like end of a relationship when like everything goes on your last nerve.
Exactly.
Honestly, I've gone through phases while editing this podcast. It started with, I can't hear anything other than what I usually hear. And then after like the first 10 episodes, I'm like, holy fuck, I'm hearing too much. Like these guys are annoying the shit out of me. And then now it has become kind of like endearing. Like when Barry is talking, I can hear you breathe like a dying man in the corner. I'm like, Faisal's the camera's not on him, but I know he's there.
It's just existing, struggling to exist.
And sometimes when you don't breathe heavy and the camera's on Bardia, for example, I have to in the edit check back. I'm like, what's he doing? Okay, why is he not breathing?
Wait, has there been moments where you've like, while someone was talking, you just checked up on one of us what we were doing at this episode?
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Bro, that's like surveillance.
Yeah, especially when someone is saying outlandish shit. Because I have to check all cameras to see if there's reactions from us to put. Yeah, definitely. Like,
that's so cool. That's crazy at the same time. But it's like,
It's like, did you just get introduced cameras? Like, what do you
mean, I've always been interested in cameras and stuff like that. But by having multiple and being able to talk about it, like, and at that same time, you get to, you're focusing on Bardia, but you also get to see the reactions of me and yourself.
I think the most interesting thing for me editing this is seeing where's the limit of each one of us getting bored in a conversation, because you can definitely tell in the eyes. Like, let's say I'm talking about some shit that you're not interested in, I can see your head just drifting down, like looking at the table. Or Bardia sinks in his chair when he's not interested. He just like slowly like goes down. Look to this position.
But that's like a really good way of you being able to like better analyze your friends, like especially us two. Now
to
you know
what
us.
End?
So
what do I get out of this? Like,
no, but that's the thing. Like, I know for a fact in myself, like I go into. Remember when we had a couple of episodes where I just like stared into the camera and
it was more than a couple. It was so many.
But that's me in thought. Like that's me in thought.
Legit, sometimes when I'm editing, I'm just looking at the keyboard, like not looking at this. I look up and you're just like dead staring me through the screen.
Because I know you're filming and watching me.
Yeah, thanks for that. That's fucking nightmare.
No, but that's crazy. But coming back to like negative shit and everything going on in the world, I think a couple episodes back we were talking about bug out bags and nuclear war, and also you being someone who's like increasingly getting aware of having to have those survival instincts and stuff like that.
I think it was when I was reading that book on like nuclear weapons and stuff. And
you said something pretty interesting a couple of days ago. Like, I would think, for me, the first essential 72 hours or like the first 4, 5, 6 days is the most important of what you have to do. But you told me something that was even scarier.
Yeah, so I think I said this on the podcast as well. I thought at the time that we talked about this book, I hadn't finished it yet. I thought the book was talking about either the first 72 days or hours after the first nuclear bomb goes off. When I finished the book, I realized it's the first 72 minutes. And within that first 72 minutes of the launch of the first nuclear bomb, I think at the end of the book, in this theory, there was like 4 billion people dead, give it a take.
In the
72 minutes.
But this is an overall like full out all-out attack between these two
this
countries,
is-
right? It's not one explosion.
No. It's not one explosion. It's like if one. She goes about saying she basically talks to all the high military ranking people in U.S. and also people who have defected from Russia, and she's going based on public nuclear policy of different countries. And in this hypothetical scenario, North Korea launches one bomb to U.S. without any warning, and then that puts off a chain of like reactions from different countries and how they respond. Basically, towards the end, North Korea, in a very short summary, North Korea hits US. US to respond sends like fucking 84 missiles instead of that one that North Korea sent.
Equivalent exchange, you know?
Yeah, but then these bombs have to pass over Russia to get to North Korea for whatever reason. Russia takes it as an offense, we don't know if this is for us or North Korea. So Russia launches 1,000, and when they launch, they don't launch just to US. They launch to US bases in Europe. So Europe launches, and then like South Korea gets caught in the middle of all this shit because when you hit North Korea, South Korea is gonna get a little bit of a a little bit of like
we good.
yeah.
Because
And then China gets involved, and like by the end of it, within the first 72 minutes, there was like 3 or 4 billion people dead, and the ones that are alive wish they were dead.
so when you were talking about that, it was really interesting, and I also tried to look into it about how in all-out war, there's like 4 scenarios that these chaos theorists and these let's say doomsday preppers talk about. The first one is actually, which is pretty funny, is that if Pakistan and India go against each other, because both countries have been throughout the years have been developing their nuclear weapons, and they've been stockpiling a lot of it.
They don't have a good history.
I mean, they've had a war, multiple, and they're also fighting for certain land areas between the countries. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the thing is that especially if you look at the Pakistan or the Pakistani government, right? You do see that in the past couple of years they've been being hit with a lot of shit. Yeah. The floods, the parliament going crazy, and all this. So it's been pretty incredible that they still are able to, have nuclear weapons, to be able to develop all of that with the country going to such a tough time.
Yeah.
And the thing is that they believe that Pakistan and India, a conflict could happen where they would just start sending nukes to one another. And the thing is that if you look at it, it's geographically tight, right? It's the
right next. Your mic cut up. Push it back in.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Good now?
Yeah,
Okay. We need to fix that, by the way.
Yeah.
I think it's loose, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So the thing is that these countries are like literally neighbors. So depending on the overall size...
No, keep talking.
Yeah, that was weird, bro. You scared the shit out of me. I thought it was Pakistani behind me.
Is this one red?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the thing is that with these two countries being like incredibly close to one another, do you really think that it's good to be sending nukes to one another?
I mean, it's mutual destruction.
Yeah, mutual destruction. But the thing is that...
Well, I don't know how that would lead to like end of the world scenario because
So-
they're in one area.
No, because again, so they said that with that happening, I think 27 million people would die from the first couple of strikes.
Yeah.
But due to the fallout and the radioactive material that would then seep into other countries, and you see, the most dangerous thing is that these countries are also fertile. There are certain parts of them that are fertile, neighboring countries that are also fertile.
Yeah.
So the thing is that if this nuclear bomb or these nuclear waste were to go into those countries, it then would affect around 200 or 300 million people who would die due to famine.
Yeah.
So that's the scary thing about nuclear bombs, right? Right now you have, let's say you have a war between two countries. They want to blow up a bunker. They'll use a weapon that will just blow up that bunker. But with
like
nuclear,
targets it.
yeah, but with nuclear weapons, it takes decades. Like,
More than decades.
yeah. So I mean, your conflict now is going to just spill into hundreds of years.
I mean, from what I understood from this book was that, I mean, hopefully no nuclear shit happens, but if it happens and it's within the Russia, China, US combination, then everyone is fucked. If it's any other combination, majority of
But
us
bro,
are
think
fucked.
of it like this, yeah? 250 million people die from a war between those two countries. That doesn't
Yeah.
really affect everyone else. Right? Like, if you think about it in terms of geographically,
Yeah.
right? America's
you're
not going to
like-
be pulled into the war. Yeah, Russia's not going to be pulled into the war unless it's ties.
Russia's going to get affected a little bit, but not pulled into the war.
No, but what I'm saying to you is that their sovereign soil will not be affected, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Then there's other conflicts where it's between Russia and the US, Russia and Ukraine. Okay, the war between Russia and Ukraine, Russia just gets tired and says, you know what, we're just gonna nuke them. The thing is that if Russia and America, or Russia and NATO plus America, go into war, it will go then, as you said. So in the beginning, I think 370 million people will die, but then 1 in every 4 people in the world will die due to famine. So 4 billion people will die due to there being lack of food. And one thing that's really scary, and what I had read when we were going through the Ukrainian-Russian war, was how food shortages were affecting the world. I don't know if you know this, but Russia and Ukraine have the largest fields for grain. Yeah. And grain is like one of the cheapest sources to make wheat, to make bread and all this kind of stuff. Countries like Egypt went into like crisis mode to try and get these supplies into the country, because they usually used to import it from Ukraine.
Oh shit!
Yeah, bro. Yeah. I had to see this firsthand because I was doing reports on it. So you had countries like Egypt that were getting affected. A lot of countries that imported its wheat from Ukraine, from Russia, and because Russia was then boycotted by everyone, they had to find other ways of getting this. And there was a lot of that's why the rise of food went so high, because of the lack of supply. And this wasn't even a nuclear war. It was just that, like, for the time being, no one could touch that thing. And they even had to do. Can you imagine this? But in a war, they had to agree to allow shipments of grain to go around the world.
Yeah, and this is like, as much as it's not civilized compared to like a nuclear war, this is civilized war. Because like in a nuclear war situation, like majority of governments are gonna, like cabinet members and everyone's gonna be dead. And then that's when you see, like, forget international, like food shipping lanes and all of that.
Yeah.
Just like locally, each country going to mayhem because there's no police force that's fully functional. There's no firefighting. There's nothing. There's no hospitals. And like with the nuclear bombs, the EMP effect it has. Fuck, man. We're going back like within 10 minutes, you go back like 2,000 years in human history. Yeah.
Yes. But the thing is that
I don't think you can prep for that, by the way. I don't think the doomsday like preppers prep for nuclear war. It's everything other than that.
No,
I don't think you can prep for it.
I do think that there are ones that do, but they have a larger budget. They have these bunkers that have these rebreathers.
Okay, let me tell you about the bunkers. About the U.S. government bunkers for the president. These were
been there?
No, but in the book they were like describing it. These were designed by based on designs the Germans did during Nazi times, and they're supposed to withstand within 1 megaton nuclear explosion
directly on top.
Yeah. What the Russians realized is, yes, they can withstand one megaton bomb, but they can withstand 10 or 100, 10 kilonewton or whatever the fuck it is bombs. So if they just hit it with a bunch of smaller bombs multiple times, even the presidential bunker is just nothing.
Yeah, but
so a normal civilian, I don't know how the fuck you're gonna.
No. Like, but forget about that. You see, the thing is that a lot of the times what they say, and there's a lot of YouTube videos that are out there that are pretty interesting. You have videos out there that talk about how to survive a nuclear explosion, not directly on you, of course, because then just fuck it, like
toast.
The thing is that mountains have been known to, like, natural coverage is very good at absorbing these kind of things. Yeah. If Russia were to want to assassinate or like to get rid of the government, they would target, and they probably have spies that know where that is, right? So they bombard the shit out of there. Yeah. But the thing is that if you're talking about, like, say, civilians, they do have these, like, I'm sure you've seen them, and it's been a rising thing now, which is pretty, I mean, it's coincidental, but it's also alarming that a lot of, like, billionaires and millionaires are now buying bunkers and these, emergency places that are secluded. Because remember, at the same time,
most of them are in, like, New Zealand and stuff. Because they think in a nuclear war, one of the only places that will get affected less is that side, Australia, New Zealand.
Do you know what's funny? Majority of nuclear weapons are in the northern hemisphere.
Yeah.
So the southern hemisphere, at least the extent of, like, Argentina, Australia, not New Zealand so much, but those areas would be shielded as much as they could.
Yeah.
But then the thing comes about. Imagine the countries that survive that. They're just going to go attack Argentina, and they're going to try to take it, because Argentina, from what I read, Argentina would be really well, and Australia, because they don't have a lot of grain. What they have is livestock.
Yeah.
And livestock is easier to keep alive than grain and such. A difference in temperature will fuck it up.
Yeah.
You know? So imagine you've survived, you're in Argentina, you're the government of Argentina, okay? You know that you've survived, you've lasted so well. But then now you know every other country in the world probably knows that you survived. They're gonna take what little army they have left and try to take Argentina.
Your only hope is that all governments are gone, so they can't gathering groups to like.
No, but then think of it like this: if they all gather, there's not going to be enough livestock, right? It's not like grab it is like grab like what you can, but at the same time grab it, but you have to have a plan to sustain, right? Those guys in the army or those guys they're not just going there to a government told us what to do. We're going there so then we can have a life. But just imagine like the moment it happens, right? Like let's say 72 hours. There's no more alliances. There's no more of this. It's all grab what you can. Your neighbor, like imagine in the future where you found something or you have a safe place and you have running water, you have this. People are just going to revert back to the ways of how it used to be with the tribal leaders finding a well and there's people living around. They're going to fucking wipe the shit out of you.
100%. No, but the thing is like the countries that get hit with within the Russia-US conflict, for example, right? In this theory, she was saying that Russia will they have like 1,020 bombs that are going to launch 1,000. And let's say 800 of them are for US and 200 are for Europe. The 800 that hits US is done. There's no more airplanes, no more cars. So by the time you figure out how to get from US to Argentina, they don't have to worry about much. Or Australia.
No, but what about the fleets that are in the Gulf? What about that? The military bases that are...
The only things that are going to survive are submarines.
So you're telling me to invest in a submarine?
Nuclear submarine, yeah, sure. I don't know if you got a new job since last week I talked to you, but I know you get paid well, but I don't think it's that well, bro.
Can you imagine it's happening? You just see me by the pump. Quickly inside.
Get in. Yeah.
But did you hear about this Iranian guy that made a submarine to come to the UAE? And they found him like...
Dead?
No. Like they found a makeshift submarine near Marina. It was years back.
No, I don't know.
Can you imagine he knew about it? I'm telling you, Bob. It's coming soon. First, we put a little bit of hookah shisha.
Blow hard. The turbines will turn.
We don't
just
have
open
nuclear.
Like fucking 1,000 milliliters and blowing into the turbine.
With at least 46 of them, we make good 1 knot, maybe 3 kilometers a day.
I don't know if this was a thing with you or just like my family, but you know when you had like inflatable mattresses and everything, when they would say like if you keep blowing into it, your testicles will swell up. Have you heard this, or is it an Iranian thing?
So you guys have the fucking weirdest. If you listen too much, your asshole become bigger.
I don't know if
that should make sense.
If there's any truth to it, or if it's a lie. Why the fuck would they would like say this lie to a child? But like you want to go to the pool, you get like one of those inflatable like penguins and shit, right?
So if you can't float with that, you'll float with your nuts.
No. Yeah, they would say like if you continuously keep blowing into it like hard, you might like blow out a testicle. I remember clearly my grandma telling me that.
What I know is that if you lift something too heavy, you can like herniate your balls. Like one of them just goes.
Yeah, that's an actual medical thing. This is just
Iranian folklore. Yeah. The bulk prince will come and give you.
How did I even get to this? What were we talking about? I lost track of what we were talking about.
No, we were literally talking about a submarine.
But why did I mention this?
Submarine, because you're talking about blowing into the turbine to turn it, no?
Oh, okay.
But the thing is that, did you ever hear about...
You should hire that guy for that fucking Ocean Gate thing.
Don't worry, crack. Man, bro.
His submarine made it, didn't it?
Yeah, his submarine made it.
Yeah, theirs didn't.
Bro, have you even seen in Colombia, and they make makeshift submarines to get to the U.S. border?
For drugs and shit?
Yeah. And there's like a U.S. Coast Guard with like 50 guns on and they're knocking, get out! And the guy's like, they don't see me. They don't see me.
If I don't look at them.
If I don't look at them, they won't see me. And like you see a U.S. soldier jumping with the camera, and he's like on top of the thing and he smacks it. And then he opens it, you see a guy like, what's going on? I'm fishing. This white stuff? Bleach. But yeah, like the submarine. Yeah, I mean, a submarine would make it, but yeah, man, just thinking.
Bro, it has to be a nuclear submarine so it can run forever, not just a normal submarine.
Yeah, but then I know I'm not fucking talking about Ocean Gate. There's like a bunch of them. I told you. With a game controller. It's out of charge.
But like the way she was describing it in the book on how like the effects will hit people even within a few like seconds, on like, oh, what's gonna happen to your clothes? How the seat on your car is gonna catch on.
Wait. What's gonna happen to your clothes? That's the first thing I think about when I'm about to explode.
No, she was like going like legit
My Hermes.
millisecond by millisecond on like how your clothes are gonna catch on fire, your skin is gonna evaporate, you're gonna be alive for a few seconds with your skin gone, ripped off your body, and then like you're gonna like
no, bro.
Depending on like how far from
first and foremost, if you are in the exact impact zone,
no, obviously not in.
You will not feel anything because
no. She was talking about like the outer rings of like how
the unluckies. Okay, the unluckies.
Yeah. There's gonna be like extreme winds that carry like fire, basically
firestorms.
Yeah, and you just fucking slowly or fast die.
Bro,
everyone dies.
Did you hear about how if there's enough nuclear bombs, it turns into a nuclear winter? And I know I've been saying this for a couple of times, but nuclear winters is basically, as you said, because the surface of that area turns hotter than the sun, right? So oxygen burns up, and after everything is literally burning at such a high degree, it forms clouds, right? Yeah. But because the fire is still going, it starts sucking up all the other oxygen outside of the blast zone, and it forms something known as a nimbus cloud. Okay. Which is, so you know how planes fly at 30,000 feet? Yeah. It's like just above clouds. That's usually where a fire, like if it had a large fire, it would stop at that point, right? Okay. Because the clouds in that certain area would precipitate and stop the smoke from rising even more. A nimbus cloud would break through that and go to the outer layer of our atmosphere. So imagine like where planes fly, clouds are there now at 30, 45, 50,000 feet. Okay. And then that shit would start spreading. And of course, it would start to cover majority of the planet.
Nice.
So that... Just imagine there's like some US people in a bunker. We're going to die. Nice. Nice. But imagine this cloud then just forms and you just get a nuclear winter with, imagine like ice that's radioactive. Kids like, do you want to build a cold drink? But the southern Argentina is good. I should get a passport.
I'd rather go to New Zealand, to be honest.
They didn't say New Zealand. And bro, one thing that was
who's gonna hit New Zealand for what?
Who's gonna hit New Zealand? There's a lot of sheep.
Why would you hit the sheep with a nuclear bomb, bro? No, like what they do? That's a weird as like
No, do you know that in New Zealand there's 4 sheep for every 1 person? Yeah. What if the sheep find out?
What the fuck?
They get a revolution.
Shut up.
New Zealand gets taken over. But yeah, New Zealand would be a beautiful place to go to.
Yeah. It's like, but that's the one scenario that you're like, I just want to die first. I don't want to be around. But like, you know how we always say like, oh, in a zombie situation, like, I want to be around for a couple of days. I know I'm going to die quick, but I want to see how long I last. Nuclear shit, I don't want to be around for this. Just take me out, take my whole family out.
Do you think it becomes like Mad Max? Do you think like people start like draining each other for like essential fluids?
First of all, the first few thousand years, you have to live underground. You can't live above ground.
True.
So then...
No, you can, but you start to shift and change and cancer.
It doesn't happen that quickly. it's not like the ball hit today, well, tomorrow. Let's see how much I had.
Yo, Korosh, I couldn't make it down, but I'm a lizard guy now.
Yeah, no, but you have to be underground for generations after generations. That's if you survive. How the fuck are you gonna eat? And then you're not gonna be humans anymore because like so much of our life is connected to sunlight.
Yeah, true.
And if you live generations over generations with barely any sunlight, then like what comes out at the end of it?
Epstein kids. It's like a bunch of like malnourished, lack of sun, just standing there.
I thought he grabbed like hot children, not weirdos. No,
it's what he did with them afterwards. That's changed them.
Was suddenly made them fucking disabled.
You know what's funny? He actually had a son.
I took so much Bill Clinton that
I mean, Steve Hawking, we never really knew what happened to him. So
nothing, man. What the fuck could have happened to him? If anything, he got assaulted there.
Can you imagine? Stop. But
reverse beam.
Yeah. But
off the cliff. It's just
kid, I'm going to end it. Yeah. Battery dies just before he's about to leave. But I think when it comes to like a nuclear fucking holocaust like that,
yeah, just go. Just walk towards the fire.
Walk to okay,
yeah.
makes sense.
What the fuck do you want to be alive for? For what?
Bro, did you hear about the most unlucky guy to ever survive a nuclear bomb?
Oh, the one that went. Yeah, you
The
told
Japanese
me.
dude?
I think you said it on the podcast.
Did I? Fuck,
He
yeah.
went to the both cities, right?
The first one he survived because he went early to like a mountain. Then second one he took a train going to the other place to find the refugee camp, and it just
Imagine this whole time US was just trying to kill that one person.
oh my god, bro, can you imagine?
Did he die in the second one or
No, he survived.
Fuck. Did they kill him afterward?
No, no.
They should have.
Get that one guy. No,
Bro, I
no, he
mean, this-
survived, bro.
This might be really racist, what I'm about to say, but
Maybe they didn't
aren't
know-
Asians like really into like bad omens, good omens and stuff?
I don't think the guy was sitting in a campfire and going, "Guys, did you know that I survived both?"
It comes up at some point. Like,
No, but he won't twist it in a way being like, "Everywhere I go, bomb drop." Because I would fucking shoot him then.
don't fuck with me. You die. Your whole family die.
Your dog, your mother, your this. Every country
Bro.
I point at explodes.
Realistically, the dog is already dead. Damn, Barry's not here. We're getting racist, though.
I did a good. What is he, Japanese?
No, I just holds us back from being racist, I guess.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah.
True. Isn't he racist? No. I don't want to say with him that he can't testify.
It depends on the race, I guess.
No, but yeah, man. I mean, again, yeah. Why would you bring omens and shit into that, man?
I'm saying that, like, from my knowledge,
Don't Asian people believe in omens?
like bad omens, good omens. Like I know, like with the Chinese, like there's certain numbers that they find really like unlucky, like number 4. And
How
shit.
many times you survived?
Not that, but like, yeah, if I was the president, I would have killed that guy or send him to a country I hate. Just like let them get fucked.
They
up
like
once.
tie him to a plane. You drop on it.
Go to America. They hit themselves.
Why is he Iranian now? Go to. Is that you, Hassanpur?
Any plot against America turns Iranian. That's all.
But that's the thing. But yeah, man, he survived those two, and I think, dude, just imagine how bad
he
of a
went to
day it was.
Germany.
Can you imagine how much of bad of a day? Like in the first one, he lost his whole family and everything, and then he was going to other family and
Wait, how far apart did they drop them? Like how many days?
two
apart?
different cities. No, in the
I thought
span
they
of
had the
two.
same
In the
city
span
too.
of 2 days. So
So this guy lost his whole family. The whole
In
city
one.
is gone.
yeah, and then he
This is
took
the
a
first time ever anyone has seen a nuclear
Yes.
bomb.
And then he was-
decided to get on a train the next day.
They had to evacuate them, bro. It's not like he's sitting there with a s'more, sitting there with a s'more. You know, I think there is a chance,
Good time to move.
bro. What the, bro? Do you think they're just all like crowded around where their families and shit died, and they're like, you know what? I think it's time we moved on. No, there's like military going there. Listen, this place is dangerous. You know, the
What the fuck was that?
no, it was the gun. No, not the gun. The reader for the nuclear, bro.
I thought
Radiation.
you're trying to speak Japanese. Like that's not how they sound like even
Japanese.
remotely.
He's telling us we need to leave.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then he went to another place.
But so he couldn't have been the only person that did this. If you're saying they put whoever was left over on a train and he was a part of them.
I think of the people who survived, he was like one of them that went to that
Right.
other place. Everyone was like, I'm going left, you go right.
Right,
I'm
that's the
going
wrong
left,
choice.
you go right. Let's see who make it.
Stop playing tag, man.
But yeah, man, and you know the funny thing is that if you see,
I don't think there's anything funny about that.
yeah, why are you laughing then?
Go ahead.
You know, they saw the bomber coming in. Like they couldn't do anything. It was too high. They were like trying to shoot and it wasn't even affecting it. And then these fuckers just dropped the bomb on them.
Bro, now.
Bro, even the pilots said like we felt like, oh shit, no. Did you even hear about one of the survivors
Yeah.
was brought onto a show in America? Did you hear about this?
A game show?
Like not a game show, like a talk show.
Okay.
He survived one of the bombings, and then they bring the pilot who dropped the bomb on his family.
To like meet him?
Yes, and they're all laughing, and the guy's sitting there like, bro, the guy's sitting there, and he, like you can tell in his face, he's like, what's so funny about this guy killed like everyone, and then the talk show host is laughing, and the American's like himself is embarrassed. You know, he's sitting in front of the guy. He's like, yeah, I was one of the guys who dropped the bomb. You know,
What the fuck?
Bro,
Why would you even do that? Like, what are you trying to get
dude,
out
you
of
know
it?
how much animosity they had towards Japanese people when Pearl Harbor happened.
Yeah.
They started taking all the Japanese in America into internment camps, And they used to beat them. They used to do all this kind of stuff. It was literally like the Auschwitz and stuff, but in America. If you were American Japanese, you were put into an internment camp because they thought you were a spy.
No, but what? I don't get the TV show concept. Like,
Dude,
what are you trying to get out of it? Like, why would the guy even go?
The guy was just invited. I think what the idea was is that they were going to ask
a nuclear bomb. Now you want to become famous? Like,
no, they just invited him to talk about his ordeal. And then they bring the fucking guy who dropped the bomb on him. And they're laughing and stuff. And he's sitting there. He's like, yeah, you know.
ha ha ha, funny. I found you.
Haha, so fun. But yeah, man, that's fucked up. Yeah, and you know what's funny? Every video I see about nuclear
would you blame
response,
the pilot if that was you?
Bro, they knew what they were dropping, right?
I know, but would you blame the pilot or the government?
I'd blame the government, but I mean,
like if you're face to face with the pilot, would you shoot him in the face or no?
No. I mean, think of it like this, right? A lot of soldiers who go to war resent the government afterwards.
Yeah.
Right? Because they're fed the lie. Like there's a lot of movies that really like show
this. Yeah.
Yeah, they really show that how, the rich always send the poor and they misguide them.
Yeah.
And the thing is that I'm sure that pilot was thinking, yeah, there's no more going to be like Iwo Jima where he sees his friends dying and stuff. I'll be able to stop it. For me, which I still don't understand, is why they dropped it on cities. They keep talking about, in all these scenarios, it's always North Korea, it's always Russia. But America is the only country in the world that dropped it on actual people.
I think the way they framed it in the movie, at least, the Oppenheimer movie.
No, it has to be shown there as display
of force, basically.
But dude, they dropped it on a city. That's a war crime. And the thing is that they even timed it in such a way that it would drop just before it hits the ground. So it has the maximum amount of casualties.
Yeah.
Because if it were to hit the ground and explode, the earth would absorb half the thing.
Yeah.
How is that rationale?
It's not.
Even in Oppenheimer, they try to slowly bring the
only explanation I remember was that they want to have something like so devastating that it ends the war. To like show off force, basically. But yeah, I mean, obviously, there's no rational like thinking behind. Like, there's no rational justification for it, on like why you would do it.
No, it's just so funny that the world forgot about that, because now they always talk about Iran having weapons and Iraq having weapons. But the thing is that who's used it? Like in terms of actual, let's look historically.
Yeah.
Who has used it on other people nuclear?
Yeah.
There's only one country that's done it. And then all these scenarios that I was researching, it's always America that's protecting itself. Apparently China has a law that it cannot use nuclear weapons unless its sovereign soil is attacked.
Yeah.
So, Taiwan has been disputed that it is sovereign soil of China. So, yeah, it could make sense if Americans stepped into Taiwan, they could use as an excuse. But the thing is that their overall mandate is that they do not like nuclear weapons, and they will only use it to defend their soil.
That's the general consensus between all countries now. Even if you look at like the book I was reading, it was saying that at the peak of it in the 60s and 70s, US had something like 3,800 nuclear warheads, and Russia had very similar, and they both agreed to drop the numbers down, and basically they have like 1,000 only now. And
but those thousands are much stronger than those old 300,000, like 3,000.
No. There was like 3,000 something strong ones. Like,
no, but now with technology, they're even getting like even stronger and stuff.
Apparently, they're not producing as much anymore. It's not a focus, because there's enough to basically guarantee the end of both countries. So there's no point. It's just.
Do you think we get better weapons after this? Like, do you think that
different better?
No. Do you think that we will now go because a nuke is just game over, right?
Yeah. For everyone.
Yeah, for everyone, or if if one goes off, right?
Yeah.
But do you think we then go for precision, or do we go for just overall mass power?
No, I don't think we go mass power anymore. I think it's just precision.
I think it's precision, right?
Yeah. Even now, like, what was it, a couple of months ago, someone was talking about it on a podcast that US has developed this, it's like a missile, but there's no explosions. It's basically
like a javelin, right? I've heard about this.
Similar. It basically works like a very accurate big arrow.
Yeah, it's a javelin.
Yeah. And just like the guy was describing that even if there's like 4 people in a car, they can target the front right without the back left getting affected by it. Man. So they can just like demolish that guy. Like, it turns him into like tomato paste, and that's it. I think it's going more that direction. Like there's no need for
You know what's even crazier now is that you know how you have explosives?
yeah.
Now they just use like I never heard of using a rocket to go into space to then use gravity to kill someone.
Yeah.
Like they just make a huge metal rod that flies into space and then is angled in such a way that based on gravity and calculating the actual area, just the force alone from an object moving that fast will eradicate like a bunker.
Is this a theoretical thing or
No, it's a real thing.
Oh shit.
Yeah, bro. They have now like just objects that are made of, I wouldn't say metal, but something similar to that. That it's not doesn't even have an explosive in it.
Yeah.
It just comes down with such a force that it acts like a pinpointed earthquake.
Makes sense. You know how they say if you drop like a golf ball from the top of like a building, like a tall building, and hit someone in the head, they're demolished.
Fuck.
Why not use the same thing if you can target precisely?
By the way, I was looking at also how nuclear weapons can go, like how countries would fire nuclear weapons to each other.
Yeah.
They have a chance of shooting it in the space, like shooting it out, before
It's a very shitty chance.
it depends on the country's technology, of course.
It's even the best technologies, the success rate is like 35%.
Shit.
Yeah, it's like really shitty. The top two countries are Russia and US in this. Russia, the chances are whatever. And US has admitted that they have like two systems. The one that's more successful, they've put it in South Korea, just in case North Korea attacks South Korea. But the ones that are available in US as of now, they have, I think it was like a 40% chance of success.
Do you think they're lying about this? Do you think?
I don't think so, because this book, like the author, like she's written so many books about different subjects, has never been questioned on it and has won awards and stuff. And this one, there's so many references to, like, yeah, maybe 10-15% they're better than what is written in this book, but I don't think it's that much better. I think from my understanding of the book, was the whole idea is you just have these to never use them. Just the threat of having them is so destructive to everyone that the hope is no one to ever use it again.
No, but wouldn't you think, like, you have places like Area 51, you have this, don't you think that the best method would be you saying that, yeah, we don't have something to protect ourselves, to lure anyone who would want to attack you, and then just like completely demolish that attack, and then say you could retaliate and demolish them? Because
yeah, but that's the thing. Like, let's say you have it, right? Even the devices that we're talking about now, let's say even if they're like 50% weaker than the top one, it's designed to basically like defend against a few missiles. But every country's policies is that as soon as you get hit once, you launch everything. And when you're launching 1,000, I don't care how good your system is, it's really hard to defend against 1,000.
But you see, that's my point, right? We are only going on the thing that the government is allowing to be publicly out, right? I'm sure that there's devices out there, and I'm sure that there is weaponry that we haven't seen.
Yeah.
The US, Russia, because come on, think of it.
No, but let's go based on that, right? Let's say US can deflect all missiles from anyone, right? And they do, and that's their excuse, and they retaliate, right? But the level of destruction they're gonna retaliate with, it's gonna destroy their public image forever. Like let's say US somehow wipes out Russia. Well, Russia is like 300 million people or something.
Yeah. It's big.
When you see 300 million people just wiped off of Earth and the ones that are remaining aren't humans anymore, no other country is gonna look at US the same way. I don't think so.
Right. I mean, but then when you think about it like that, right? The ones that attacked first, like Russia attacked first, right?
Yeah.
In your scenario, Russia attacked first.
Yeah.
So then everyone's gonna forget that Russia didn't attack first.
Doesn't matter because it didn't have an impact. It's very different seeing videos of cities that are not there anymore.
No, but then
and shadows of people on walls that used to be people.
I get what you mean, but it's like, okay, let's say I came to rob you, right? And I threatened to kill you, but you took the gun and shot me in the head. Like, I threatened to kill you.
Yeah.
Right? I pulled the gun out.
Yeah.
Didn't have time to shoot you. You pulled it off me and shot me.
Yeah.
Are you looked at as a person who's...
Yeah, but this is the equivalent would be if you came in my house, pulled out a gun, I took the gun, shot you, and your dead corpse, and then hung you outside for like 30 days, brought you back in, fucked you again, and just made like a
why you
gourmet
have
meal.
to include the sex?
No, because there's such an overreaction. Like there's such a difference between this country launched one missile and you wiped out 300 million people.
No. Think of it like they went balls out. They launched 1,000, and America just wiped that shit off. Like literally, the sky is just fire right now because they've stopped everything from hitting them.
I still don't think anyone
I
would
get
be
what
the
you
same
mean.
afterwards, man. I don't think it's a different thing. It's not like the Iraq war that will, like, they were defending themselves till later on, like it came out it wasn't true. But like, I think it's such a devastating thing that will happen that will change like human interactions forever. I don't think it's.
I think but you know, it's funny enough that it's already happening now. You can see what's happening. You know,
it's not nuclear, man. Nuclear is
different. Nuclear is different. Actually, I would say nuclear is mercy. What is it called?
For the people in the area getting affected, yes.
No, but if you hit 1,000 in all these places, the ones that get hit first are the lucky ones.
Yeah,
it's 100%. The other ones, you know.
But that's all we're talking about. Perception of the remainder of the people, remainder of the countries. It's never going to be the same.
Do you think we evolve into two different kinds of people?
If a nuclear thing happened? 100%, yeah.
That's fucked up.
Yeah. Well, I think it's going to be like such a difference in population levels of like people who survive and like people who are us, let's call it us and them. And like the time they'll meet is going to be like completely two different things. It's going to be fucking thousands of years before you actually
but then
interact.
do you think it goes back to like when we were talking about Neanderthals, when we were talking about Homo sapiens and how Neanderthals just started eating Homo sapiens?
Probably, yeah. Imagine like if you live 1,000 years on the ground, you have no electronics or anything, right? So your history is wiped. After a few generations, no one remembers the history correctly anymore.
No, but there are fail safes for that. They bring all the books. They bring all like when they develop these places, they have to make sure that they have
72 minutes. 72 minutes.
Yeah,
man.
but they would have these things already developed, right? You like again. The thing is that,
bro, I'm telling you, like, based on this theory, the book that we're going, right? All the nuclear bunkers of the presidents and everything, that's like the most fucking prepared ones. Everyone's lungs got fucking evaporated in there, right? So when we were talking about survival, like these are people who by luck they were too far out and shit that they survived. It wasn't that like the ones that planned the best survived. Most of the people who are alive aren't people who planned. They just got lucky, I guess. And somehow you survive. At that point, 1,000 years of eating completely different food, whatever you want to call it, food, right? Not being exposed to sunlight, no history of humans. Who knows what type of like, maybe all of them are going to be blind, like that series C.
Have you seen actually a really good show? I like to see. Finish it. It was really good.
Really good show. Yeah.
You should check Silo. Silo's really good.
I've seen the name. I haven't watched it. I started Penguin. Have you seen Penguin?
It's fantastic.
So good, man.
I think it should get an Emmy.
It's the best DC thing I've ever seen.
No, have you seen like how that Colin Farrell plays the Penguin? Bro, keep watching it. There's 3 episodes out now.
I've watched the first 2. I haven't watched the third one. I think it came out this week.
Yeah, bro, he's amazing.
Oh, hands down, I think it's the best DC thing that's coming out.
But why is it so different to the other ones? Like
because it's real.
No.
I mean, superhero shit.
I mean, as in like, first and foremost, I still can't believe they went and said, let's make a movie about the Penguin. You know what I mean? Because you think about it, it's a boring thing, but the guy, like Colin Farrell, really brought the character out. And like when you watch him in the movie, it doesn't give him justice. If you watch the movie, the Batman movie, who the fuck's the Penguin? Like, you don't even think about it.
Yeah. But he's not even the Penguin at this point, right?
No, he is the Penguin in it. His name is something Oswald, and he's.
I know, but he hasn't become the character yet.
No.
This is his beginning story.
No, this is right after the Batman movie.
It's after the Batman movie, but I mean, I'm not familiar with the comic books, but
so I'll explain to you. So what's happening in the Batman movie? He's not the boss yet. He becomes his own boss.
Yeah, it's the start of it.
Yeah, the start of it. But bro, fantastic. And even the storytelling, even the
way it's filmed, everything,
bro. The woman, even the Falcone, she's fantastic.
Oh, terrifying, man! I've never seen that actress in a character like that. She was in like How I Met Your Mother and stuff like.
She was in a couple other things, but her stare, I think they've got it. But
she has a crazy,
the bulging, right?
Yeah,
There's something that. But
look to her.
but so good. Like I've never been watching a DC cartoon or like a show with so much. But you know what sucks is HBO limited, meaning it's only gonna have a few episodes.
I assume there's gonna be a movie later on.
No, not about
with him and Batman.
Oh, Batman, yeah, maybe.
They're building the character to something. I assume.
I hope to God, but fantastic.
They're changing the whole thing, right? They reset the Superman, Batman, and all of that.
I think they haven't reset Batman because Batman hasn't included Superman yet. I think
Batman, the last one that came out, was a reset already from Ben Affleck.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So they're not resetting it again.
No.
So that's the Batman stays.
I don't think so. Yeah,
but the movie was underwhelming. I didn't like it so much. It was okay.
I didn't mind it.
It was okay.
It was a different taste than the Batman movies we've had so far.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was more dark, more like the old ones. I don't know if you've ever watched the old ones.
Which one?
There was one
Nolan
with George
ones?
Clooney.
No, I haven't gone that.
So those ones were like really dark, but very gothic-y, like flashing lights and stuff. This one was more of a dark setting, but not like the Batman who could take on 65 people like Ben Affleck. In this one, he had to fucking juice himself up to fight someone, you know?
This is a young Batman.
Yeah.
Ben Affleck was like the
older one.
High-tech old one.
Yeah. But I think it's really good. But Silo, bro, please watch it.
What is it about?
So I don't want to ruin it for you if I'll just explain. There's these bunkers, there's these silos, they're literally bunkers.
Oh, yeah.
Where they have like levels, right? And there's like level 1 to level 99. Yeah. And in each level, you like assigned, it becomes a class. The rich people are all the way on the top, which is closer to the light, closer to the entrance.
Snowpiercer, Piercer or something?
Snowpiercer is more on a train, right?
Yeah, but there's like levels of society.
So you have people, like the lower you go, then you have like the mechanics that are down there and they keep the engine going on, which is down there. So the overall premise of it is that you follow a sheriff that works as a sheriff. He lives in the higher up places and he just takes care of the silo. But they've done a religion now. There's a religion about the door, and apparently they had a huge door. And a cult came out saying that we're being held here without our... because the idea was that there was a nuclear war happen outside and everyone ran into the silo and they live in the silo. Everything outside's dead. It's poisonous. The air's poisonous. And whenever someone does something bad and they're sentenced to death, they don't shoot them. Instead, what they do is that they will put them in a suit and they will tell them, you have the right to go outside and clean our monitor. There's like one camera that's sticking outside and it shows like a lot of dead bodies and like a tree, like a dead tree. So as your death sentence, you can either just walk out and go die or choose to wipe the camera and then die, right?
Okay.
Someone goes out and for some reason they choose to always clean the camera and die. And people cheer because they're like, oh, they're thinking of us. They're doing that. Right. But then certain like hints and stuff happen that what you're seeing is not really real. And like there's a conspiracy going on and it's really well done. And the actress is a very good actress. She played in Mission Impossible.
I've seen the, I don't think I've seen the trailer, but I've seen the logo of it on one of these streaming platforms.
It's really good, bro.
Is that on Netflix or no?
I think it's an Amazon movie, Amazon show.
I've seen the picture of it somewhere, but I'll definitely, I'm finishing Billions. What have you seen that show?
Is that the one like always falling? Like people are falling in the cover photo? Is that the one?
No. Billions is kind of like a mix of Suits and Succession, basically.
Okay.
It's about this like really smart guy that does like trades, like in stocks and stuff, but he does like illegal shit as well. Kind of has the vibe of Suits. I don't know if you watch Succession. So like
people tell me Succession is really good, but
it's really good. It's a bit slow. That's the only issue. But Billions is a really good show. I'm trying to finish that and then move on to I'm trying to stop watching shows and read more books, but it just doesn't happen, man. Like,
do you actually read books or do you listen to it on Audibles?
No, I'm trying to read them. I'm trying not to like be on social media and everything and read them. And I realized like it's fucking with my sleep so much because I would go to bed with my laptop and just keep watching till I fall asleep. And usually I would go to bed at like 10, I would fall asleep by 2 a.m. because the shows get interesting and it fucks with your sleep. And then I realized if I'm reading a book, if I go to bed by 10, especially if the book is boring, I'm asleep by 10:15.
Which is good.
It's good, but I don't actually accomplish the goal of reading the book. I'm reading like 3 pages a night and falling asleep.
Like you see, what I used to do when I was reading books, I mean, I switched to Audibles and then I realized it's actually a bad thing to do because we are actually losing the ability to be able to pronounce and read things properly.
Yeah.
Because I remember like maybe a couple of weeks ago, I was reading something out loud and my way of reading things out loud became so much worse than it was before.
Yeah, I sound retarded even when I talk. Like, I can barely get through a sentence.
Yeah, and your pacing is different. You're not smooth. So yeah, going back to reading books, I never do it at night because by the time I'm in bed, I'm just conked out. I'll just pass out. So I try to do it in between things. Like if one day I'm like, okay, I have some free time, I'll go get coffee and I'll sit in a coffee shop and read.
What I realized with Audible, is that the name?
Yeah, Audible.
Yeah. It's, for me, it's good for books that are like story driven, like someone's life story or like that type of shit. But if it's a book that has like a lot of like details or a complex like storyline, I'm not actually taking in the details. I'm just listening to it, and then when the 6 hours, 7 hours finishes, I'm like, fuck, I don't know the general idea of the book, but like I don't know anything else about it. So like if I'm listening to someone's life story, I listen to it. But if I'm actually reading a book that I think is interesting, or like if it's a business book that I want to highlight and everything, I try to read it. Which actually brings me to my next point. I told this to Bardia, but obviously he's not here. Didn't address it even till now. But
no, he's been here the whole time. He's hung up. You killed him and hung him up. Yeah, he fucked up.
I was gonna say, what if we do like, you know how we've talked about this privately, but how other podcasts, they have like, obviously they talk freely about like whatever is happening that week or whatever they want to talk about, but they also have segments that they go back to. How about we have a section each week, book of the week and show or movie of the week?
I'm down.
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping I can finish one book every week, but let's see how that goes.
So what's our recommendation for this week? Penguin.
100%. Yeah.
Penguin.
Is,
even if you're not a DC fan.
Yeah.
Penguin.
But the thing is, it's not like really.
Bro,
like,
it didn't even mention like if you watch it, it has like, even if you don't watch comics or something like that, it's just really well done.
I've never read a comic book,
Yeah.
but I really enjoy it.
But you know Batman and stuff like that, so I mean,
Obviously from movies and stuff, but like this one, it felt like a mafia style series that has nothing to do with any superhero. At least so far. I mean, it's episode 2 or 3, but
have you seen how the actor? By the way, you know what's so funny? I saw an article that they were condemning the Penguin because a fat actor was like, "You're taking fat jobs from me."
Motherfucker, you could never act like he does. Like, he's so good. He's such a different caliber.
But man, I have so much respect for Colin Farrell.
Dude, his fucking wobble,
bro. That's not why I respect him. Look at that wobble.
No, bro, he does it really well. For a person that doesn't wobble, he wobbles really good.
Bro, you know the first movie I ever saw Colin Farrell in? Have you ever seen Ben Affleck's Daredevil?
Ben Affleck's, no.
It was an old one, and he played someone known as the Bullseye.
Okay.
And he plays himself, an Irish guy who can never miss a target, and he uses like, there was a scene I'll never forget. He was in a plane, and you know in the 2000s they really made a villain look like a villain. He had like an X on his head.
Oh
he
shit!
Drew,
Okay, yeah.
And there's a woman sitting beside him, and she keeps snoring. So he's a hitman. He has a pea, the nuts.
Yeah.
He looks at her and he goes, fucking cold and stuff, and shoots it. It ricochets and goes into her mouth and kills her. Yeah. And then she starts choking, and like he covers her so no one can hear her like struggling to breathe. And then she dies. And then the person comes and is like, "Oh, she's sleeping." He's like, "Yeah, a little bit tuckered out."
Wait, so hold on. Let me see if I got this right. He throws a pea down her throat to kill her.
Yeah.
But then he holds her mouth.
So she starts
keep her
choking.
quiet,
She starts choking. So he covers her mouth so she can't say anything.
He couldn't just cover her mouth from the beginning.
No, but like he's trying. So the thing is that he's trying to show how. So his ability is that he can never miss his mark. And there was like, I remember when I was watching it, he was so cool because he'd throw like a play card at you, and like it could, at such a way he could cut like your neck or something like that. That's the first movie I saw him in. And then I saw him in a couple of other movies. He's so versatile. Like
I think the first movie I saw him in was when I first came here. At least this is the first memory I have of actually recognizing him. Was Total Recall. Remember that movie?
I remember that.
Yeah.
Actually, there was another movie I saw him in.
That was the first movie I think I watched in Dubai when I moved here.
Total Recall was a good one, but there was another one which was called Minority Report.
Yeah.
He was the detective in it.
Yeah, he was good in that one. He's good in fucking.
And bro, have you noticed he hasn't aged? Have you seen how it looks?
No, he has. Yeah,
But very minute,
Yeah,
bro,
yeah.
in comparison to before.
Botox and shit. You know?
Yeah. And but what I was gonna say, the thing I respect about him a lot is that I just realized his son has autism.
Oh, does it?
Does it? Does it, Koros?
I don't mean
You fucker!
I didn't mean
What a bastard!
Dude, my English is.
Oh, does it? Does it have autism? His kid, boy, who's like 24, has autism.
Right.
Okay, and he was like, apparently no one ever knew about it. And then he did like an interview with some magazine, and he goes, "Yeah, my son stays with me because my son is autistic. It's not even autism. It's like he looks normal, but he just can't speak. Is it?
By
Called?
the way, I think every autistic person looks normal. Like,
Oh, sorry, that's Down syndrome.
come on,
No, he's not down. He's autistic.
Yeah.
And the thing is that there's like they made like a photo shoot of him,
Yeah.
and he's like, although my son is 25 years old, like I'm never gonna leave him. And he was saying some
Right.
really sweet things. He's like, I want to bring more awareness to this, and he never mentioned it once in his life, and now he just brought it out. Like, can you
He
imagine
gives me
being
like Keanu Reeves, like vibe wise.
Yeah, I
like,
think so
good
too.
person, dude. His character in The Gentleman,
I fucking love it.
one of my favorite characters ever.
Fucking love it. The Gentleman
so
is
good,
great. Did you finish the TV show?
Yeah,
I didn't
The
finish.
show
Is
was
it good?
good.
Was it good?
It was. I preferred the movie, but
Everyone does.
no, actually not. A lot of people who watch the series first, then watch the movie, like the series more.
But it's always who you go with first.
Yeah.
But I mean, Matthew McConaughey, Colin Farrell's character was just for me. It was like it was just a fantastic character.
For me, what's his name? Charlie something.
Charlie
Hunnam, whatever.
Hunnam.
Yeah, him. I loved him since Sons of Anarchy, and anything he's in, even like shitty movies. What was that one?
King Arthur.
King Arthur. Yeah,
I like the visuals in it,
Yeah,
the fight scenes and stuff. But
it's a shit movie technically.
but he's not
like,
a good actor. Charlie Hunnam is not a good actor.
I like.
He
him,
always
man.
plays the same.
There's something about him I like.
Have you seen the Tom Hardy and the guy who was Elvis movie about the motorbike gang?
Hated it.
Yeah, pissed you off, huh? In
It
the
was
end?
such a shit movie.
Yeah, because again, they're trying to.
So little story. Like,
But I think it was based on a true story, right?
well, not every true story needs to be a movie. You know, like, like you don't see anyone making.
Hi, my name is Kurosh, and I believe that autistic people are it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you don't see anyone making a movie about my life. Like, doesn't have to be.
But bro, the ending was funny. Yeah, let's fucking go. Can you imagine your life being ended that fast?
Yeah, I can. Actually, it's very easy to imagine getting shot. Yeah, especially if we live in US in fucking 60s. Or now.
But you know who really pissed me off in that movie? His wife's voice. Yeah, my honey Harvey.
Yeah,
Never.
the accent.
Disgusting, bro. Disgusting.
I do you like this the guy that played Elvis? Do you like him?
You know, when he played Elvis, it was the shittiest movie I ever watched. It was so
Yeah.
bad. But then when I saw him in Dune,
Dune, he was good in.
he was really good.
Elvis was kind of shit.
Which?
Elvis.
It was dog shit.
Yeah.
He didn't even look like Elvis. And they even make memes about him because after that, his like voice, he still tried to act like Elvis Presley.
Yeah.
And then when he did Dune, he was really good.
You think he's acting or his voice actually changed?
No. What the fuck? How he got puberty twice?
No, bro, your voice can change. Like if you constantly try to talk in a different way, your
No,
voice
no.
can,
That's
can
you.
change your
Like
voice.
that's you not being able to relax and talk normally. Like, have you not noticed when people are like in a public forum or if they're speaking, their voice changes, and it's not even their voice changes in terms of pitch. It's just that they even have like a different way of talking.
No, but like with him, the excuse they're using is that like he was taking
Voice acting.
voice acting lessons for like 4 or 5 years,
Mm-hmm.
and it actually affected his actual voice. Like if you pretend to be someone else for 5 years, at some point it's gonna affect your personality. But I don't know. I thought like his performance was mid in Elvis. I thought the movie, the whole writing was
shit.
mid and very like one-sided, from what I understand. Obviously from the white people's side. And the biker movie, I forgot what the name is, but I thought that was so, like
That's exactly what it should be called. The biker movie that I forgot his name.
yeah. I was surprised from Tom Hardy.
You know, everyone loves Tom Hardy, and
Hey, he's a good guy. Okay,
whoa, did you meet him or something?
I wanna.
No, but dude, come on, like his Venom movies are shit. Like
Why?
In terms of story and stuff, it's like
He doesn't come up with the story. It's not his fault.
But again,
Dude, you can only blame an actor on his acting, not the storytelling.
I would tell you, he was fantastic in Legends. Have you seen Legends?
Yes.
Whoa, okay, whoa, relax.
He's fantastic in that.
So do you agree in that? Do you agree?
Yes.
Okay. He
Yes.
was really good as Bane.
Yeah.
Okay. What other movies?
Peaky Blinders. He was fantastic.
I saw him. He was okay, yeah.
Okay, fuck you. He was the best character in that show.
Really? I
Yeah.
only saw him he wasn't in it a lot, was he? He
Have
wasn't.
you watched the show a lot?
Have you seen Taboo? He was good in that.
No, I have it. On my list.
You like for a second you were like Taboo was good.
Yeah, I have it on my list.
Taboo was good.
But it's only one season, right? Like it
Yeah,
got
it's finished.
canceled.
It got cancelled, but it was good. It was interesting. Like it didn't make sense how everything was happening, but it was an interesting show.
Okay.
What else? Oh, sorry. Inception, very good. Very
Mad
good.
Max. I haven't watched it, but I
Mad
heard
Max,
it's
he
good.
barely talked. So
Did anyone? I haven't
no,
watched it.
there were people that talked. He was good in that also. But the thing is that
He's playing a lot of shit, man. Let me pull up his movie list.
no, I think I can remember it even. He was even in a movie called Dunkirk. Never ever talked in it. He was just a pilot.
He was in it, and also the Cillian Murphy was in it, right? In Doctor.
Yeah, Cillian Murphy was there. Yeah,
He was pilot, I think.
Tom Hardy was a pilot.
Wasn't Cillian Murphy a pilot as well?
No.
I thought he crashed and then fell into a boat and killed a guy, or something like that.
Maybe I don't know, but I know that Tom Hardy was the pilot that was defending the people on that, and then he had to eject from his plane. And
Okay, so I have a list of his shit. He was in Lawless. That was good.
Lawless was good.
Yeah, Dunkirk, Mad Max.
But give me
there's
something
stuff
recent.
from recent. This isn't.
And do you think he's a versatile actor? I don't think
he was
so.
in Revenant? No, he's not versatile.
Yeah,
he's
not
just
versatile.
fucking
Same-
savage.
same-
and everything.
same always,
But
yeah.
like, out of all the savages there are, he's a very believable savage.
I mean, yeah, he is.
Bronson. He was in Bronson.
Bronson was really
yeah.
good. Yeah, he was good in
Dude,
that.
every movie I say, you say is good. He's a good
No,
guy.
I just had I had like what I didn't like about him was that he did something that was so cheesy, like in real life, that I didn't respect. So
What did he do?
like before, he used to have relationships with men.
Okay.
Yeah, and then when it was not the type for Hollywood at the time, he rejected it. He was like, "No, I never did." And then when it became popular, he was like, "Yes, I did have."
I think I know which interview you're talking about.
No, but he had sexual relationships with other men.
No, I'm not talking about what. Yeah, I'm not disputing that part. Like, I remember there was an interview that went viral that someone asked him something about his sexuality, and basically his answer was like, "It's none of your fucking business."
I think that was on someone else, but I know which one you're talking about. He was defending someone.
Okay, so the movie was called The Bike Riders.
Was that really the name?
Yeah, legit. Unless there's another one.
Creativity.
There's a new movie. Okay, that's a podcast. I'm looking at his IMDb. He was on Peaky Blinders, Spider-Man, Venom, Capone. I don't know what's Capone. Venom, Sticky.
What the fuck are these movies?
Sticky is a TV show. Dunkirk, Taboo, Revenant, Legend, London Road, Mad Max, Child 44.
Have you seen Child 44?
No, I haven't seen it.
It's a good one. It's about a serial killer in the Soviet Union, and he's a detective. He's trying to find it, and apparently it goes all the way up to like the top people in the government. And it's a good one. You should watch it.
Oh, he was in This Means War.
That's a romantic comedy.
But when I was younger, like when I was like 13, 14, I really enjoyed that movie.
It was a good movie, yeah.
He was in The Warrior.
Oh,
The Warrior
fantastic
was good,
movie.
man.
Yeah,
Come
fantastic. One of his
You
best.
can't say he's a bad actor, man. Come on. He's a good actor.
Again, I would not.
You don't like his personality
No,
in real life.
No, I like his personality, but the thing is that I don't like people who sell out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like people who do that shit. I respect he does jiu-jitsu. You know, like it takes a lot, you know. His movies, he's fantastic. But for me right now, Colin Farrell is a much more versatile, much more, you know...
Yeah, but the thing is...
Better
like,
actor.
Yeah, there's no argument there. Like, it's like saying... Like, there's some actors that only play one character in everything, right? But, like, Dwayne Johnson plays the same type of characters that he plays. But, like, I feel like Tom Hardy, like... It's the same category. They all play the tough guy and everything, but Tom Hardy is so much more believable than Dwayne Johnson. Dwayne Johnson is just like whatever. It's the same movie, you know.
I mean, if you look between both of them, Tom Hardy's like 5 foot something. He's not a tall guy.
But it's more believable to me that Tom Hardy is a savage.
Is a
Dwayne
savage?
Johnson is
Really?
not.
Because you know, maybe because you know his personality outside, how he acts and
I
stuff.
actually don't know.
Ah, okay.
The thing with me is like I don't like knowing about actors and actresses and stuff because
just
that's
like-
not
yeah.
that's not why I watch you.
True. That's very.
It's
That's
the
a very
same
good
thing
point.
as like when Robert De Niro gives his opinion on politics. That's not who told you you have like
True.
just because you're a good actor like you're supposed
That's
to.
a very good point. Yeah.
Or like all these motherfuckers that win Oscar awards and go up there and talk about like fucking clean water and shit. Dude, you're a high school dropout. Shut the fuck up. You're good. You're good at reading someone's script, and you're amazing at portraying that on screen. Doesn't make you a smart person or intelligent about world problems. Like, shut the fuck up.
Tell me about Taylor Swift.
I don't know shit about Taylor
Okay,
Swift.
good. You saved us from the fans. She's great.
You know that fucking episode got like 300 something views.
Really?
Yeah, I mean it's not a lot, but compared to our usual like 90.
Yeah. Just say her name, Taylor Swift. Like it goes. We just put it in the captions. Taylor Swift. Someone will sit and watch our whole video slow motion
for it,
and be like, "They should at once." But that's a very good point because a lot of people tend to, you know, when you look at an actor, then you tend to look at their personal life and stuff like that. It's just that.
Yeah.
I strongly believe that, again, this is going to sound, you know, weird and shit like that. I really do think that we are domesticating men now and making them not how men were before.
Yeah.
So a lot of these people are told things like, yeah, you should say that you are, you know, you prefer to be with other men. You should not be like that, you know. One actor for me who I think can do both in terms of talking and fighting, Jason Statham.
Yeah.
I think like if Jason Statham came up to me and...
But again, his characters are very one-dimensional.
No, if you watch his movies where he just talks, he's fantastic in them.
Okay, when was the last one?
Snatch.
When was the last one he did?
The last one
while,
he did.
Recently, the past 10 years or so?
But you said something that was right. It's the script, right? The script that comes to him. I think
He's like typecasted into.
Yeah.
Now at least, I mean, he was always kicking ass in almost every movie he played, but at least the character had some like diversity in it. But like recently, it's just all been the same thing.
There's a movie with him which you should watch. He doesn't fight at all in it. It's called Revolver. I've told you to watch this many times. It's like he's a gambler and he learns chess. So good.
I watched it. That was a good movie.
Really good movie.
No, but like the thing that you're saying about like the agendas being pushed on them and stuff, I personally don't give a shit because if I want to listen to someone talk, I go listen to a podcast of the person I want to get to know, you know? And like if I like an actor, I like that actor because of the characters they play and how well they play it, not because of the shit either they say because they want to or has been pushed on them. So just like, you know, fuck them. I don't care.
Are you familiar with Chunks and Philly and all these guys? Did you hear what happened to Philly?
No.
He got arrested for rape and stuff like that. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, he got detained in Australia. Apparently, he did sexual
I don't
assault.
believe it.
Yeah, what the
don't
hell?
believe
But that's the thing. In Australia, it's always been like that, huh? In Australia, if someone comes and says that Korosh did something to me, they'll arrest you.
Yeah. You're good.
It's good now?
Yeah.
If you are someone who's been, like, if someone just goes and says, yeah, he did something to me,
Yeah.
they'll arrest you, make it all public and shit like that.
So it's not proven until guilty or whatever.
No, you're
Americans-
guilty until proven innocent.
It's the reverse.
So he was detained and stuff like that, and already people were starting to shit on him. They're like, yeah, he got. If it's true, I don't know, but like, come on.
See, like for me, it's hard to believe it because, like, let's say like Rogan, like biggest example, right? Because I listen to Rogan a lot, and I've done it for years now. I feel like when you're talking to the camera for that long, and there's so much conversations of you and everything, you can't pretend to be someone you're not. Like back in the day, movie stars and everything, like, yeah, they would just like play a movie and become famous for it, like be in different movies, but no one knew what is happening in the back doors and like what their actual personality is. But with guys like Rogan or even like Philly and them, like they've been in the public eye for so long in normal conversations that you get a sense for their personality.
True.
And I personally don't see him as being that type. Of course, I could be wrong, or he could be really good at hiding it, but I don't know. Sounds like, from what I've seen of him, and I've followed him for a couple of years now, he doesn't seem like the type. Even on like, if you look at like small dating shows, that
he's not like that.
They did it. Like there was a bunch of people on, and he was one of them. His personality isn't. He's very like respectful.
You know, one thing I would say about that group, like the Dark Man and all these kind of people. Darkest and all that. I feel like
Dark Man.
No, his name is Darkest or something.
Darkest
like that. Darkest, yeah. Dark Man.
It's all Lord.
All Dark Men.
It's legit.
I feel like they really do have a lid on everything. Like Chunks got married.
Did he?
Yeah, he got married. Yeah, he got married, and he got married secretly. Like it was like only very close friends and stuff like that. I saw it from somewhere, but I feel like they have a good head on their shoulders. You know, they're a group that There's a guy I like a lot. His name's Nico. I don't know if you've seen him.
His videos are fantastic, man.
Really, really like. I feel like they're really educated in the sense of. We don't need to party too hard. We don't need to do that. So it's good. Yeah. But when I saw this Philly stuff, they have a video, bro. He's like being like restrained just by landing. I thought you were going to say a video of him like the woman. Like, why did you let me go on this rant if you saw a video? No, man. Yeah, but it actually happened. Yeah, it's sad. It's sad, dude. And
hopefully it passes over.
And did you see this week, Alex Pereira's sister just knocked the shit out of someone?
Yeah.
And she did the same.
Forget his fucking sister. Did you see him fight Khalil Roundtree or... Dude, the guy's face after the fight was disgusting.
Whenever I watch Alex Pereira, first and foremost, I didn't know this guy just gradually gets better. Like in a fight, in the beginning, he's a little bit raw, and then he starts precision striking. First and foremost, I'm gonna give huge props to Khalil.
Oh, he was the warrior. Best opponent that what's his name?
That Alex had to fight.
Alex has had so far.
And the thing is that like. Khalil and guys, we're all talking here about UFC. We love
UFC 307.
I don't know if it was 307 or 306. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But anyway, there was a fight between a guy called Khalil Roundtree and another one, which is Alex Pereira. And Khalil Roundtree was like the most underrated fighter to ever get a chance at the championship for light heavyweight.
Yeah, they pulled him out of suspension for this.
Really?
He was suspended. Yeah. He was. He reported himself because he found out that like he was taking a supplement that was tainted by something else. He reported himself. They suspended him, and then they lifted his suspension, and suddenly he got this fight.
But anyway, if any of you guys like UFC and stuff, you should really watch that fight because, man.
Khalil, unless you pass out when you see blood. Then don't watch that fight.
But Khalil really took a beating, man. And he stood to the end.
He was doing good, man. The first 2-3 rounds he was doing.
I would say the first round, he surprised Alex Pereira. But Pereira did say after the fight, and I don't know if this is bullshit and stuff, that he had like if you noticed, whenever he sat down, he was coughing. He was sick. Yeah. And he had some issue with his rib or something like that. But that Khalil was taking hits, bro, and he wasn't like... You saw his eye? Bro, his eye sealed shut and they had like a huge opening on the top.
He had a new eye. His eye, this one closed and another one open on top of his head. Like it was...
But at the end when... I knew the second round he was gassed. Khalil was gassed in the second. Because he was doing good counter punching. But then when Alex Pereira started getting those hits in...
Yeah.
Bro, the thing is... That
also, it's Khalil's first time doing a 5-rounder.
True. So, no, but he lasted till the end, which was fantastic.
Yeah.
Well,
until round 4, right? That's when he got
he shut him up with a body shot. But I mean, bro, 4 rounds with Alex Pereira.
Honestly, bro, he showed him mercy. Like
and you see the headshot with the knee?
Yeah. Bro, he could have easily not thrown any body shots and kept punching him in the head for 5 rounds. He did him like a massive...
But he's a headhunter, yeah? He was so good with those shots to the head.
Yeah.
And the thing is that Alex Pereira, for me, my brother keeps saying this, and it's so true. Alex Pereira doesn't put his arms up.
No.
He just walks to you like this. You can hit me, but I'm going to go for you first.
But there was a video of him sparring a heavyweight. I mean, I don't know the name of the heavyweights in boxing, but he was sparring with a boxer. And he was getting hit like a motherfucker. And he wouldn't put his hands up. Still hands down. But he was landing on the boxer.
But that's his style.
Yeah.
And that's why he has such a high risk, high reward. Like, Israel Adesanya knocked him out. He's not invincible.
Yeah. Even Khalil dropped him.
Yeah, but I feel like that drop wasn't like he was shaken. I feel like it was...
no, it was a flash... What do you call it? Flash knockdown?
Something like that. Yeah. But he got up straight away and...
I also didn't... they didn't count it on the scoreboards. They didn't count that as a knockdown, which was fucked. I mean... They should have counted it, but anyways...
I mean, look, favoritism is there, but the thing is that...
It didn't go to decision anyway.
Alex just stares at people, man. Yeah. That stare... And Khalil was staring back, But when he like... So the whole fight, you see Khalil is like backing up.
Yeah.
And like you just see, how can someone be so imposing? Like, you know how they say sometimes when you're fighting someone, you see no openings? where you just feel like they're
everywhere at once.
They're everywhere at once, you know. And he has that thing where he just goes up to someone, and he'll just sit like sit in that position, and you're like,
it's the presence, man. It is
that Shama, man. Drama.
You know, Darren Till had a hint of that in the beginning of his career.
Really?
And then he got smushed. Yeah, in the beginning, you could see in the fights, once he would get a position, he wouldn't give up that position. It was just either that or he's advancing. But then later on, he got knocked out, and then, I don't know.
It changes when you knock out. Alex,
Alex got knocked out too.
No, Alex got knocked out. But the thing is that, I don't know, like, Alex himself just goes into a zone. Have you seen
also,
whenever...
he's a lot more experienced, man. He's had God knows how many kickboxing fights.
Yeah.
It's
but
not
bro,
like...
Alistair Overeem.
Yeah.
Bro, in K1, he was a monster.
Yeah.
At 21, he got destroyed by a Japanese Hall of Famer.
Yeah, I've seen the fight.
Yeah. They stretched him out. Like, they stretched him out and they brought him out, and he was like, his face was cut open and stuff. Yeah. The guy was here. When he went to the UFC and he got knocked out by... what's his name? Who was the first person who knocked Alistair Overeem out?
It's that South American guy, Brazilian guy. No?
No.
The champion?
Not Cain Velasquez.
No.
Judy dos Santos.
That's Mexican.
Judy dos Santos?
No. Who was the champion? Fuck. I'll tell you. Keep talking.
Bigfoot Silva?
I don't think Bigfoot knocked out Alistair.
Francis Ngannou just knocked him out.
Yeah, but that wasn't his first one. Let me bring up his record. But go on, say the point you were about to say, and I'll tell you.
Alistair changed his whole fight after that. He could never take a hit in the face again.
Well,
after that first knockout he got.
Also, the lack of steroids. That plays
a
big factor.
Bro, in K1 when he was younger, he wasn't taking steroids.
No. But this, a lot of fighters have talked about this. Like, once you get on steroids, your confidence levels goes to a certain like high, right? And then once you get off of it, your confidence level never goes back to where it initially was. It goes way lower because of like how you look and
my brother was telling me that Tom Aspin might fight him, Alex Pereira. Tom Aspin?
Yeah, Aspinall.
Well,
they were framing Jones is fighting Miocic.
Yeah, I don't know why that's happening, but
and they're both gonna retire regardless of who wins. But they were framing it that Aspinall will fight Jones, and then Jones said, "No, I'm gonna retire." And then that's kind of gonna fuck the whole division.
But Tom Aspinall is the heavyweight champion,
interim champion.
Who's the champion? Jones.
Jones, yeah.
Jeez.
So I have his record here. His first UFC fight was with Lesnar, but he won.
Yeah, he beat him.
He lost to Anthony Silva.
Bigfoot Silva.
Yeah, by a KO punch.
Yeah.
But yeah, heavyweight is kind of got to get like fucked.
Alex Pereira might go to heavy.
He has the frame for it, man. I don't know how the fuck he cut weight to 185.
I don't know, bro.
And he was talking about like he might go back again. Fucking insane.
Yeah. He said either going there or what.
Should we end the episode?
Yeah. I think it was a good episode. I think
so. Well, hopefully people enjoy it.
I mean, a lot of people like to think about the end of the world because it's becoming apparent every fucking day.
Maybe it's just us, man. I don't know.
Dude, the whole world is negative now. Like if you see it, Yeah. And we wish everyone. I mean,
well, hopefully by the time we post the next episode,
it's over.
We're still here. No, what the fuck?
Hail Satan. Hail Satan. What?
This episode is gonna get flagged for so many different reasons.
Yeah, autism kid. It.
2 Middle Eastern guys talking about nuclear bombs. Like, I don't know. Maybe racism against Japan. Asia in general. Like,
yeah, someone started.
Yeah, someone finished it. Anyways, thank you guys for watching this episode of the podcast. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy our content, and check out our social media channels. See you next week. We'll say something.
Oh, sorry. Bye, guys.